So here we are on the 1 hour time frame. And one thing we've got to understand on this chart on the 1 hour time frame since the beginning of the week. Remember, we bought the gold. That was on Monday. We bought the gold on Monday. So this was what we saw at the beginning of the week. We saw this channel where price was initially ranging between the 1,950 and the 1,944.20. And then during our live session on Monday, we acknowledged this continued buy pressure around this area, which later transitioned into a reversal pattern. And we said here that we are going to be positioning ourselves just right above the $1,944.20 level to be part of a bullish momentum. And this is exactly what happened. We saw price action break out of the 1,944, triggering our first buy position for the week. And we rode the move all the way to the upside. And along the line, we had key structures like the 1,950 broken, giving us more opportunity to maximize the bullish momentum. And we also had the breakout of the key level, had the 1,955 to maximize for the bullish momentum. So during the first day of this week, we were able to scoop, the first position move over 200 pips before the sell pressure began. Then we had the second position here move over 140 pips, and the third position at the breakout of the key level moved over 75 pips. So it was quite a very profitable trade for us at the beginning of the week. So for those who are part of this bullish momentum, well done to you guys for being on standby to have caught that move. Now, since price action got into that area around the $1,966.30 area, one thing significant has been happening around this area. We have seen selling pressure around that area here by transitioning into a choppy situation where price action has since been ranging between the $1,966.30 level and our key level at the $1,955 area to give us an insight into the level of indecision in this market. So it is quite obvious that participants in this market are very, very indecisive, caught in a limbo, waiting for a catalyst to give a signal of where price action is likely going to be going. And as a result of this, we all know how we do it whenever we have this kind of flat channel. We want to remain patient and wait consciously for a signal to happen before we want to be joining. And with this kind of situation here, we will rather wait for either a breakout of the resistance line to give us an opportunity to buy the XAUUSD, or the breakdown of the support line, which also lines up with our key level at the 1,955 to join a selling opportunities in this market. So at this point, we just want to remain patient here and wait for structures to mature before we want to be joining any potential move. Now, buying the XAUUSD looks more reasonable if price action breaks out of this 1,966. And if you look at what has been happening in this market around this area since Tuesday, you will see how this level, how this zone has been a strong selling niche. So every attempt by the buyers, despite the strong bullish start to the week, every attempt by the buyers to break out the zone has been met with strong resistance from the sellers. So we want to keep that in mind. So if we are going to be buying, then we want to see price action take out all the sell positions around this area, give us some liquidity, which would obviously reflect on the chart as a retest of structure to incite another wave of bullish momentum. So that is how we are going to be buying the XAUUSD for today. Now, in as much as we are looking out for buying opportunity above the 1,966, is there a possibility that we can actually maximize the fact that the area between the 1,966 and the 1,963 has been a strong selling niche? Well, at this point, if you are a scalper, probably a short-term trader, you might want to capture this move, hoping that price action will drop again into this area, giving you about 70 pips. But personally, for me, I would rather see price action break down the 1,955, retest of the structure to give me an opportunity to sell. So this is what I'm going to be looking at on the XAUUSD today. So we have a simple flat channel already where price is ranging between the 1,966 and the 1,955. So we obviously want to wait for either a breakout or breakdown of this range to give us an opportunity to buy or sell. Now, another thing I would like to emphasize here is that we acknowledge on the higher time frame that price action has been bearish, remember. So let's go into the 4 hours time frame here and look at things from an holistic point of view. And this is what we saw at the beginning of the week. We identified a bearish trend line after connecting the series of lower highs to give us the simple guide that guided the bearish momentum to the downside. But the fact that price action was unable to find a lower low, as you can see, how the 1,940 has been negating the bearish attempt, we started considering buying the XAUUSD, and that gave us the idea of buying at the beginning of the week, giving us that profit we had here. Now, the situation now looks very interesting as price action right now has been trading along the bearish trend line in the last 24 hours, choppy situation around that area, further emphasizing how important that area is. So at this point in time, anything could happen. Price action could respect the bearish trend line and incite another wave of bearish momentum to the downside, or it could break out of the trend line to give us a sign that the trend line may no longer have the capacity to continue to negate the bullish attempt. And in fact, I think that if price action breaks above the trend line, it's very likely that we have a massive move to the upside. So we want to be on standby to catch that move too as well. So that is how things are looking from an holistic point of view. And as a result of that, we have that simple setup here between the 1,966 and the 1,955, using this as a yardstick to guide our trading activity for today. So let's be on standby to catch that one. Mark this out on your charts, screenshot my screen if you want to, so that you can find something to use as a reference point when you're about to make your independent decision. So that is that on the XAUUSD for today.